Bale. Welcome to the channel. I love saying that. That's awesome. I mean, if you like saying your thing, man, you'll keep saying it. All right. So we're going to hook up the Bedini SSG today. SSG. We're going to hook it up to a 16 gauge coil with a 26 gauge trigger. So let's get started with that. Okay. So we're going to hook up the coil first. The trigger and the drive. We're going to hook that up first. And I already I got wires in there already, so all we got to do is clip it. Right. We'll hook up the trigger coil. Trigger coil is 26 gauge, and the drive coil is 16 gauge. So we're going to be pulling some amps with this one. I'll hook the light up first, so that we can see what's going on. Be right back. I knew I had some more of these, so just went and grabbed those. Maybe we can run this parallel, because I have another power supply right here. Right here. It's like right here on the table. See, there's two. There's one over there by the lamp, and then there's one right here. And then I'm hooking up that SSG right here. K Energy Store. That's where I got it from. It's really good. It's worked every time I've turned it on so far. So we'll hook up the battery. We're going to charge a battery. Yay. All right. So put that down there, because we're going to put a meter on this one too. We're going to put the meter on, and we're going to some readings. All right. Now the generator circuit is extremely powerful. Oh. God, I'm glad I didn't do anything stupid right there. All right, so that's hooked up. Now we gotta hook up the power. Real simple. It's just it's 4 things you gotta hook up. And we're gonna hope for the best. This is a SSG pulse motor, or a pulse motor run by the SSG circuit. If it turns on, I'm pretty sure it will. .9, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's on. Sweet. Every time so far. And we're charging a battery right now. That's good. Let me get the meter on that. And then maybe we'll hook up the pancake coils today. Get the ball spinning. Yeah, extremely poor grammar, but that's okay. Totally cool. Don't worry about it. I know. Believe me, I know. Okay. We're not drawing 100 milliamps right now. It's less than that. Here, let's put it right here. Those are ceramic. It's a 12 magnet rotor, and I don't know, it's 2.9 DC volts in. It's floating there. It's on a maglev. So I don't know if it can get much better. I mean, I could redo the whole thing, but that's an entirely different ball of wax. All right. And I've redone it a lot of times. This is a 14-inch rotor with 12 neodymium magnets, 40 millimeter magnets on it. It's got great flywheel capability. It might not spin very fast, but since there's 12 really powerful magnets on it, well, I mean, when it gets going, this thing gets going, but I'm going to put it to 3.33 if I can. I was close. All right, let's see what we got for oh, and it's going down. So we're going to switch on the generator circuit. That's pretty good. I mean, it's slow right now, but let's turn it up a little bit. See what happens. Let's do a 5-volt test. 5 volts. Here we go. I do hear it grinding though. It needs something. But I mean, it is like 8 months old. So I don't know if that means anything. But that is really sporadic readings. It's kind of weird. It's not right. I don't think. Must be the meter. Because it's like going down, but then it'll go up real fast. Or it'll by a lot. It's like weird. Yeah. Well, I mean, if I wanted to do an axial flux motor, rotor with at this size, yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of like started doing 120s with the axial flux, 120 degrees, and just having 3 magnets. I think I threw the rotor away because I broke it. But here we got, this is one that I have, 8 magnet rotor, unabated on both sides. The magnets have no yoke. Pretty good. Again, 40 millimeter magnets. The only reason the rotor's that thick is because the magnets are that thick. Yeah. Generates so much, like, but I don't know what's going on here. All right, so the battery isn't charging, but we're gonna do something else. We're gonna hook up this light, and we're gonna see if it's working the way it's supposed to be working, and if it's the circuit or the battery. I think it's the battery, honestly. So the power's off right now. Wow, this isn't good. This clip is starting to break. All right, so we'll turn this back on. Well, we're at 9 volts and we're only pulling 100 milliamps. And that's a 16 gauge coil. What's going on? Oh, hell yeah. I got one over here in the corner. One of those hoverboards, man. Those are tight. Those magnets are good, but my daughter still kind of uses it, so it'll be a little bit longer before I can commandeer those. All right, let's see if we can run both of them. There it goes. Oh, parallel. You hear the difference? Woo! All right. So that's good. We can do both circuits. So we got SSG right here with the 16 gauge. And we got my circuit 1, 2, 3 over here with I believe it says 18 gauge. So that this is the one. Woo! I don't know if you can hear that, but that's awesome. Oh yeah, that shaft is getting loose. Holy dump sickle, man, that is not good. Man, I would hate to have to throw this out. But we're getting kind of that point where this pegboard can't. Take any more of that shimmy shammy stuff. But this SSG circuit has worked for me every time I turned it on. K Energy Store. Check it out if you're interested in picking one up. That's awesome. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to hook up, and I did. I hooked this up to the generator transformer that I have hooked up here. So, and it should go through a cat dump. Seriously, like when this is all filtered through, it should be converted into amps as best it can be, and then used in that fashion. Because the voltage just doesn't do much. Did this go on? I don't know if that went on or not. Let's look. If not, I have to. Whew, that was a capacitor. There should be the output. I don't know what's going on. It's working. I mean, the motor part's working. I got another one over there. I bought 2 of them. So this is 10 volts, and we're still not getting reading on the lamp. That's not good. We'll have to look into that. Yes, this is an SSG Bedini circuit. The coil is not to spec. It's a 16 gauge and 26 gauge instead of 28 and 26. And then I think it ended up being 20, but this is an 18 gauge one over here. There we go. That's powerful coil. But the rotor is a little off balance. It's like a little off balance, but at high speeds, a little off balance is a lot off balance. So we don't get up there. We get going pretty fast and we try and get some numbers, but we don't, well, we try not to. It happens though. Sometimes catastrophic failure does occur. Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna hook up the light to the generator. Hopefully it's all still hooked up. I don't know for sure. Positive for the full wave bridge rectifier. Negative terminal. So diagonal is the AC coming in, and the other diagonal is the positive and the negative of the DC. The positive is the one peg that's going in a different direction. It's boom. That's it. Then it's hooked up. Let's get that light. Oh man. Get it going, and then we'll find out whether that light is on or off. I'm going to hook this meter back up to the bridge rectifier as well. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, that's good. All right. You turn it back on. I feel like it should be way higher than that. And I think it's that low because the light is on. Let me see if I hit the switch. Yeah. We'll start with it off and then we'll turn it on. Because it's going to put quite a load on the rotor because all the coils are hooked up to the generator. It is grinding. That's quite an interesting sound. It might be the maglev that I'm using. Oh, that's not good. Wow, it's squeaking. Maybe it does need some kind of lubricant or something. Not particularly. What does it do? I'm sure that my cat somehow. I love Plender's ice running though. Plender's ice running was like, it was good. I'm trying to get some more ice running. Look at the ice running. Because I might be familiar with it without actually being familiar with it, if you understand. If you don't, that's fine too, but that's not right. No. Good job. Your ice running last. Your ice running last round is so good. Like I saw you go to the ground. Oh, the rotor. Yeah. We're gonna see if we can't get this bad boy to spin. So what is it? It's the key to what I'm. Okay, maybe I do understand it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out whether I know it and I don't know it. If you get what I under. That's what I mean. I made a pun and I was wondering if you got it or not. Because that's what I was talking about, what I just said. Kind of made a little joke, but it was, I don't know. Maybe not funny. That's what I mean. Not like I wasn't trying to be funny, because I really was. Alright, let's see if we can't get this. So it starts here in the 20 gauge of the Trifilar drive coil. I don't know if it's gonna, these magnets are gonna be powerful enough.
This guy's a cheater. He doesn't even touch me.
So I don't know if the magnets are gonna be powerful enough to trigger the triggers that I have. They're really kind of for bigger magnets. But we'll see. I don't doubt that I've picked up on, but it's not like I went looking for it. It's not like I read at all. I don't read at all. Literally. I talk to AI chat every once in a while. That's about it. Yeah, I've read one book in my life, from beginning to end. And it was a 60-page novel called Somewhere in Time. And that's it. It's not like I don't read, but I don't do it on purpose, you know. It's not, I don't know what it is, man. It's like if I'm prejudiced against anything, it's that reading. I don't know. It makes my head hurt. I do it when I have to, but it's like it's hard to comprehend reading. It's not hard to understand what's going on. It's hard to comprehend just lots of stuff, man. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't read, and I read that in high school. I read Lord of the Rings. This is crazy. Lord of the Rings, not beginning to end, but like little bits and pieces of it. That's a hard read, man. Lord of the Rings is not an easy read by any means. Oh, this isn't good. All right. So this rotor right here, these are all gyro magnet holders, and when you flip them over, they gyro. Oh, for Lord of the Rings? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. You got to get somebody who's got like some excitement in their voice, you know, like when the time comes time, because it's hard to spot that if it's all monotone. So I don't know, man. Yeah, you need an AI with some passion for reading. It's not like I don't go out there and try and learn stuff, but you know, YouTube videos is pretty much how I learned how to do all of this. And then talking to people from YouTube. This is YouTube born and bred, man. This is it. But you know, I started off with magnets. I love magnets. This have never really been about the electricity for me. It's always been about the magnets, but people like the electricity. So, you know, I like the electricity. It's not like I don't, but it's not what brought me into the fray here. Definitely the magnets is what brought me in. Yeah, that's not good. So maybe we go like this. wow, that's at 32. We don't want to put 32 volts in. Maybe later. All right, here we go. No, I don't hear it going on. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to go on. Oh. But I want to get together with this guy again and make a new rotor with cube magnet slots instead of the flat magnet slots. Then this thing would be unbelievable, man. I think those things would actually spin with cubes. Oh, I know. Yeah. And judging from my experiences with that, what you're talking about, the feedback loop, it doesn't last as long as we want it to. It does help out, though. It's definitely worth learning how to do and messing around with. Even to the point of it being thrown on the shelf, man. I mean, it's worth the time. What I mean by on the shelf is being sold in practical use. Because, you know, that a lot of people are on about the practicality of the whole thing, and other people think that I'm trying to build a bomb. I'm not trying to build a bomb. I'm not trying to build a pulse motor. I've done that. It is in a state of flux, though. This is not going to work. I need a different form configuration. I do want to try something, though. How quickly can you turn an axial flux or radial flux? Oh, where's my thing? That's not good. Here, I gotta get that. It's gotta be on this. No, it's on the Dollareth one.
No, we got tea.
My maglev popped off. So, damn, I just lost that bet. Let's see here. So it does have friction. It does have friction for sure. But it's pretty there. Especially if it gets going fast, you'll lose. It'll center out. So,
Oh, I touched it.
I love doing this. I don't know why. It's the only part of my day that's organized, really. And it looks chaotic, but it's not really. Pure mayhem. Oh, that, yeah, kind of. All right, so that.
Your name is freaking Joe Mama.
Wow, son. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Because I wanted to use this Ritz coil. Litz coil. My fault, not Ritz. Litz. It's 12 strands of 20 gauge twist it up real tight, and
Like, bro, I'll stand.
I think this is the coil that destroyed my other rotor. I've never reached its potential. I'm sure it's up where around 3,000, 3,500 RPMs. It's sick, man. It destroyed my rotor.
Go, I need to go. Yo, there. I'm running.
See, my rotor threw the magnet through its outer shell, and then the rotor went the other way. And that's what happened when the rotor went the other way. It was like, whoa.
Oh my god.
It was the laws of physics and being demonstrated. It was a 180 boom. You know, it was amazing. And it didn't even have the magnet was the only thing that went the one way. And then two magnets and the rotor went the other way. And it was still equal force. I don't understand that. Maybe somebody can explain that to me.
Ow! 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 Don't tag me.
The most output I've gotten from the Bedini motor so far is what I put in. I haven't really been measuring any BEMF,
You're so bad with Bill.
just this output. And when I hook the output up, it's about pretty much exactly what I'm putting in. But when I look at the oscilloscope, which I haven't looked at the oscilloscope in a while, and
No?
I gotta hook up the other
No, they were still in it. Got it.
circuit. The output on the circuit is somehow not functioning.
Here. Get Phantom back. Get Phantom back. Get Phantom back. You just got Phantom back.
Yep. I'm glad I keep my trusty screwdriver kit like right here. That's awesome. Okay, so I need.
No.
Yeah, I'm just bummed that the output's not working. Everything else is working, it's just the output isn't working on that one circuit, so.
I'm not spawn. I'm not spawn. Dad, I'm gonna make sure I don't get tagged first.
It could be the transistor, but it didn't seem like a broken transistor by the way it was running.
Oh my gosh, it's the hardest one to get.
Hey, Mike. Haha. Oh man, my son is loving it right now, I'll tell you that.
Go black. Yo, try to make the long jump. Someone make the long jump. Someone try to make the long jump.
Let's just do
Someone
this.
try to make long jump.
Some of these clips are really hard to grab, like, so I've just been throwing them out lately. Like, if they're too hard to they don't function, then they don't function. All right.
I stand 10 feet back. Stand 10 feet back. So now we're even. Now we're even. So don't do it. Oh, they're about to make long jump. They're gonna make long jump. They're about to make long jump. They're making a long jump. Boy. There we go.
Oh, long jump. Sweet.
He made long jump.
So we're hooking up the trigger. right now. We've hooked up the drive, 16 gauge drive.
I'm gonna do the skibbity. Give me a skibbity.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure that's gonna fit underneath there.
Finally.
Heck yeah, man, that's a good fit, I think. A little rocky, a little bumpy. Oh yeah, we're in the mix now, man. That's good. All right.
There, don't leave.
We'll try the light again.
Oh my man! You scared me! Oh my god! Frick you. I'm trying to make one jump again.
And we're gonna go red to red.
Come on. Here's a big jump. I made one jump.
I think if nothing else, we're gonna get some nice spinning going on
I'm
here.
gonna try to
Oh man, that's wrong.
I'm not helping.
Man. Dude. No. Oh man. Okay. No, we don't need to hook this up right now. I totally hooked up the wrong one. Like,
Go Tachometer. Come on, please come again. Please.
it's like half of one is hooked up and you, wow.
Please come again.
Oh.
Please come again.
Black. Red.
Yeah, bro.
Alright. Alright, so looks a little kind of clouded over here. Alright, might not have been good, I don't know. This is alright though. Let's give this a shot. You just have to plug the power in. What? Alright, I'm glad I have my somehow
I'm not gonna lie, if I get this guy.
the power plug popped out. So I gotta swap one. The plugs here are made out of 20 gauge wire. At least that's what I like to use. Not too flimsy.
Guys, get this guy. Can you help me get this guy? I'm stuck.
Oh, that might be why. Oh no, that's good. Okay. But that still might be why that screw is like screwing in too much.
Get back here. Get back here. You're not cheap. No, I'm stuck on the ice. Should be blue. Yes! Yes!
this. All right. The rabbit hole, man. I don't know what the rabbit hole is, but I might find out, I guess. Try 5.
I think a black person did. I don't know that.
Yeah, the output's shot. I don't know what's going on.
No, no. Bro, trying to fan cam me. Bye. No.
Something got crossed. There it is. Whew. Pulling 2 amps there for a minute. I hate wires. I really do. Especially ones that are lopsided in their weight and just flopping all over the place. Yeah, I don't know about this. I'm gonna hook up mine real quick. We'll see if we can't get some light off of it. It's called 123. It's basically a Bedini SSG without any resistors in it. We're just going to use this coil. I mean, the only reason that's doing what it did is because I crossed the wires. Like when it was on. I was just trying to move it so it wouldn't fall. So, you know, it's the way I hooked it up, I guess, with my little extension cords. All right, here we are. Here we are. It's only take a second. Wow, yesterday was like so smooth. Oh. All right. That one is over there, so I'm gonna go over there. Man, what's up, son? Were you having a good time? Yeah. That is so not cool, man. It's like so touchy right now. And yeah, there's your axial flux design, single coil. Heck yeah, B. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Had to turn it way down. It was going too fast. It's working. It's working. 0.2 amps. Nice. Oh, that's probably not good. Whew. Oh, well, it's new as in a couple days new. And I was thinking about making one that had two different strands in it. Like either a 20 and a 32. Actually, this one actually does have that. This thing is awesome. Let me show you. It's not the new one, but it's definitely one that I'm going to base it on. So it'll have a trigger in there, and it'll have the drive in there, at least. All lit stuff. Maybe I'll keep the drive straight. I don't know if I can even do that, but we'll see. This one right here. I haven't hooked the 32 gauge part of it up yet because it's all over the place. But see, these are the ends for that. And these are the wires that come out. It's only 12 strands. It was the rest of my 20 gauge. It's not new, but it's what the new one is going to represent, or you know. And then I had this one, which is newer, a lot smaller. It's 26 gauge. It's 9 feet long, and it's about 24 strands and 9 feet. And it hits pretty hard too. I just took the last 4 strands and made it a trigger coil. I mean, it's just a little tiny thing of 26 gauge. But it's got so much more wire packed in that little thing than I think it would be if it was a straight roll even. Because I twisted it really, really tight. Thank you. All right, so that's my circuit. Here's Bedini SSG. Oh, it's not even going to start up at that speed. What the hell? No, it isn't going to do it. I don't know, man. It's a bummer when, because they've done this before, these circuits, but they usually bounce back if you hook it up a different way. But my cat might have messed with them. I don't know. I don't know. Haven't had much luck with the lights. Everything was good yesterday. I'm just talking about now. And these two can't be used. No, it's not gonna work. Oh, look at that. I'm glad I stopped this thing. I had a feeling that was happening. All right, maybe that was happening on the other one too. Wow, that's a bad omen. All right, well, let's hook up a little one then. Now, how do we want to run it? Normally. This might be good. This might be good. Man, it's really close. I think if I put some glue on the base here, that we can get it to stay, at least on the pegboard, before we throw the pegboard away. Man, that is such a bummer, dude. That's definitely not a good sign. Oh, so close, man. Oh, what is grinding? Maybe it's not the wheel at all here. If we do that. Yeah, good. Now there you go. There's using your head. Woo! So now we need a trigger. And I know what we can use for a trigger. We can use this. This little coil right here. It's 26 and 32. And it's going to be an external trigger. Yes. Wow, what a fit. All right, sweet. Hell yeah. Where's the greenie? That's it right there. Sweet. Now we gotta take the trigger. And hook it up to the trigger. Hopefully this will go off the first time. That would be awesome. God damn this clip. Oh man. All right. So basically what we did is we split the trigger coil outside and made an external trigger, and we hooked it up the same way we'd hook up an internal trigger. And that's basically all that's really changed. I might have to reorient the magnets though, because I think they're in a Hallbeck array, facing outwards in a radial fashion. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh yeah, I need my reader for the magnets. So they're north out. north down. Now it's rubbing on something. Now that should be all south. Nice. I got an idea. I got kind of a good idea. I just need a bearing. Should be a little bit higher now. Hmm. I could, there's too many variables, but I'm going to try and narrow it down to the trigger that I hooked up. 1, 2, 3. Oh man. Oh no, maybe I'm spinning it the wrong way. Let's try that. So that's good. I just wish this stuff would work like every time instead of just once in a while. I'm gonna try and switch. I could switch the trigger inputs and outputs. Probably tried that a while ago. Not much right now. I'm trying to hook up a Litz wire coil with an external trigger, and it's not happening right now. I don't know why. Maybe I need a stronger trigger. I don't think so, though. It can't be that. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I would use the bigger rotor, but maglev doesn't work like that. Could, though. Could. All right, we're going to hook up the actual other one and see if the bigger magnets will trigger. It shouldn't be like that, and it is like that because there's no resistors. But I don't even know. I'm not going to press it. I'm just going to get a flange real quick. All right, I got one. Yay. All right, so we're going to elevate the level of this one a different way. We're going to put it maybe we don't even have to use the clamp. Maybe that'll be high enough right there. Let's see. And then I'll hook up the SSG. Actually, I should do that right now. Coil input. Here we go. Coil out. Trigger in, trigger out. I don't know if this is going to work on this because the trigger is external, but it should. I mean, I don't see why it's not going to work, but the output, we'll see what happens. All right, and I'll do some output. Black, red. And then power. Do the power last. You want to hook it all up and then plug the power in. Oh man. Yeah. I get confused with this sometimes. But I've got it pretty much down. I just hooked it into the wrong thing, and then I need my screwdriver. We'll just plug this one that fell on the floor into the hole. I mean, somebody who had an education might already have identified what's happening to me right now. I've heard lots of different answers sometimes, because this isn't the first time stuff hasn't worked. So, I don't know. I don't know is my answer. And Must be like a cryptocurrency AI trying to talk to me right now. Oh my God. Here we go. So we'll move this one over to the one that I just plugged in. And then we'll plug this one in. To the red, and we're going to do this. We're going to get this done, and then I will address any comments. Anybody needs to be banned, anybody that needs help. I need help, but so negative. Here we go. Nope. I don't even think it's going to work with the external trigger. That sucks. But I'll get over it. It's too big. And everything on this table is like, I need to change it all up. Constant state of flux. Taking the maglev off. I'm going to use the table and not elevate the coils. So we still got a good spin. There's no grinding. It's a lot more solid. There's a lot of benefit to doing that. Hmm. 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 So, but in my defense, I feel like it's set up backwards. I mean, everything's set up to go a certain way, and it's the opposite of the way I do things. So, they're a little hard to use every once in a while. All right, so this is only going to take a maximum of 10 minutes, I hope. So we connect the resistor light. That's the only resistance this circuit has. It's the light. It's a 120 watt halogen bulb. So we want to go like this. Put it right in there like that. And we want to hook it up. Now we're only hooking up the 18 gauge strand and the 20 gauge strand. So the coil gets hooked up to the emitter. then the trigger coil, it's hooked up to the emitter as well. And the base. So one end goes to the base, the other end goes to the emitter. All right. Now, I just got to connect the power. That's not the power. This is the power. Okay. Negative.
I think everybody's I can feel that.
I'm going to switch to a better power clip. The Bedini SSG is a great circuit though. Red. Goes here. All right, let's see if we got it. Move on. That's all right. Sounds good. This is 2.5 volts. Sweet. Sure. Whatever you say, son.
That's so funny. Man, how is my ice running so good? I didn't even get back apart from the
Yay! We have liftoff. That was tiring. I apologize for all that time. Now I can hook up the generator. I was just trying to make my lids coil work, and it's worked before. It just wasn't working today. I don't even know. I know I hooked something up wrong, but that's nice. Okay, so we're gonna hook up.
Oh my gosh, why do I have to be tagger first? Maybe just tag somebody else. Somebody didn't allow me to use something else. Like, I'm not the only one. I'm not going to be one of you. Who cares?
This 20 gauge strand from the drive coil. It's a Trifilar coil, so we're going to take the third strand. We're going to hook it to the next coil. Well, we're going to take the first part of that. We're going to hook it to the bridge rectifier. And we're going to take the second part. Wow, that was really weird. Oh man, well, not a whole lot at the moment. This is a pulse motor, and I'm just hooking it up. That's what I'm doing right now. I got it working, but now I'm gonna hook up the generator part of it. No. And the generator part of it is not hooked to the power supply in any way, shape, or form. So, no. It's not. I mean, should I do that? Should I ground it to the power supply? Is that what I'm missing here? I mean, there's no power going into it. There's just power being generated from it. It's not a lot of power. It's a lot of voltage, really. And then maybe up to 2 amps.
Oh my god. It's not up there anymore. It's not there.
All right, so that's good. That's good. That one doesn't look good. Oh, it's already here. That's cool. All right, so we'll do this. Take the short end.
Bro, why is he was so close? I'm targeting you. I'm targeting him. I'm targeting him.
And then I think the other end is already plugged in. Nice. So we should get reading on the multimeter here for me spinning it with my finger. If it's hooked up right.
Oh my god. This guy was so close to me.
All right, sweet. Heck yeah. It's not an abundance of energy, but it's pretty good. So let's turn it on. .5 amps being drawn currently. 0.6. Now the reason this coil is so far out is because it's got a soft iron core. Thank you, B. I took the maglev off though. Tried to make it less wobbly in the shaft, but it's not panning out. Well, the shaft is less wobbly, but now the table wobbles twice as much. So let's look at the wave, which is right now producing peaks of about 120 volts. I'm going to turn on the power. Keep watching the wave and we'll see what happens. Nice. All right, I just figured out I gotta zoom in on that, and I gotta make that make the voltage spikes bigger, so you can see the difference. You can kind of see it from there, but all right, let's look at this.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, you can.
See all that distortion? All the distortion in like every third wave is coming from the 20 gauge strand in the Trifilar coil. See, when I turn the power off, it goes away. And the only reason it is like that is because it's a transformer. It's not exactly 1-to-1 because it's a different gauge. But it is 1-to-1 in the size of the length. So it's kind of 1-to-1, but it's a little less than 1-to-1. So you get about 7 volts extra juice just for turning it on. That has nothing to do with the magnet, really. I love it, man. And I recognized it the first time when I was using SSG with the Trifilar coil. And I was like, wow, man, this is almost like an output. That's an extra output. It's a little less, unless you build the coil right. But if you build it with the same gauge at the same length, you get a 1-to-1, which virtually is an extension of your power supply. It's awesome, man. I thought that's cool. If there's anything that's free energy, that's it. For the cost of, financially, the cost of the copper, to make that strand in your coil, and that's pretty much all the cost there is. Then of course you gotta have your power on for it to work. So it's not like it's not like free energy the way people think about it, or maybe the way I think about it, but it is free energy because it only costs what it costs to put it in the coil, and then you get that energy just from it being next to another wire, having energy go through it, or 2 wires even, because you got your trigger coil and you got your drive coil, and those two interact when the trigger coil turns on. So it's like, not only do you get the transistor to turn on or to close, but you get resonating interaction between the trigger coil and the drive coil. And if you got a third wire in there, you're going to get some juice. Heck yeah. I was thinking more like almost like a three phase 4-pole motor. So having four 120-degree circuits on the board here. I'm just happy this rotor still works relatively well. 3.5 volts in. I say that's good for 3 volts, man. That's, woo. So 88. Let's see. There it is. We get illumination on a 100-watt LED at 3.6 volts. Let me turn it up a little bit. So we'll let it speed up a little bit. We'll let it get up just a little bit more, probably about 100 volts.
No!
Now the SSG, when it's on and it's functioning, these lights get way brighter than they'll get from plugging them in. They will get beyond the brightness of 120 volts of AC electricity. They will get beyond that. See, way brighter than that, like way brighter.
Someone in the lobby say Geyser.
See, the light like almost sucks out all the energy from the wave.
Oh man!
But it's only at 3 volts right now.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Wow. Man, I wish it was. I'm going to have to make another one. And then I'm going to I'm gonna make slots so that the magnets can slide in,
Oh, there you are.
and I'm gonna make that as tight as possible. Because these are just glued in and taped down. So, so I'm gonna cut it. It's on 3.25 right now. I'm gonna cut it all the way. So from 3 to nothing, it dies out really fast.
It's got an actual iPad. It's not an engineer.
And now that the light's dead, we can turn that off.
Oh, it's not an iPad. Yeah.
So now the load
What kind of
and the power are both off. And that's what we're getting.
No.
I think it's good. I mean, it'll still shock you even, like, zap you. I love it, man. That right there, man. Just ring, ring. So cool. Wow. Seven and a half volts in. Freaking amazing. And the coils are cool too. That's 12 magnets. That's awesome. So power's off, load is on.
I'll be back. I'm trying to back up there, but
So for the generator to turn on the light, it's got to generate about 70 volts, 72 volts.
no.
There it goes. Well, about 65. For it to just start lighting up. You gotta remember the generator is not hooked up to the power supply at all. It's just not. Doesn't need to be. The only way it touches it even a little bit is through the transformer coils. If there was a two-way transmission going on, then that's the only way. But as far as I know, it's only out. Especially if you have a diode, it's only going to be out. So we lose a little bit of free flywheel capabilities when I took the maglev off. It still works a little bit, just not as Not as good as it was. But if I put that back on, then I gotta prop up all the coils again.
Guys, look fire with him.
I love this rotor though. Huh. 14-inch rotor
Oh, God.
with 12 neodymium magnets. Got four generator coils, one drive coil. It's about a 1 to 10, 1 to 20 transformer. Step up. It's a step up thing. It can generate about 2 amps. It generates about 130 volts at like, 6 volts in, 2.5 to 6 volts in. But because it's a transformer and not just a generator that's all equilibrium and stuff, yeah, you're going to get more out than you're going to put in because it's designed to do that. It's not like anything, it's not magical. It's completely within the laws of physics. There's nothing. And it is, though. I'm not saying it's not super spectacular because it is. It's just not. It's real. It's not unreal. You know? And what I'm talking about happens all the time. In nature, people build stuff like this. This is science that I know very little about. So, I mean, the whole debate, I believe, was a misunderstanding to begin with. It's like somebody said free energy, and then the engineer guy said, well, you can't do that because it denies the laws of physics. And the guy should have just said, yo, man, that's not what I meant. There wouldn't be like any misunderstandings going on right now. Now, over unity, I think can be explained in most cases by different math. I'm not saying anything other than more voltage is coming out than I'm putting in, and that is 100% a fact. But there's a reason for it. I'm not bending. It might be. I'm not even doing it really. See, and none of what's lighting this up is hooked to the power supply at all. None of it. Not a single wire that is lighting that light bulb is touching the power supply. And through any circuitry. It's just the magnets lighting it up. Now, granted, you got to be spinning Tachometer. All right, I got the answer to the question we've all been wanting to know. How fast is it going? Looks like I can't tell. I need to get the magnets are covered, and whatever's showing is not giving me an accurate reading of any kind. Tinfoil. Here we go. We got some. Sure. Sure, man. You can probably do whatever you want with them. Dang. Came from my glue sticks. Dang. Found them. All right. So I'm gonna put this on there. We're gonna get a couple readings of speed, RPM readings. Yeah, it's not perfect. All right, let's turn it back on. 200 RPMs at the moment. That's about right, you know. So when the light turns on, it's going about 222. Woo! 222 RPMs to get the light lit. $278, $280. See, it doesn't go very fast, but it doesn't need to. 285, 289. $290. See, now all the voltage that's going into the load is going to make the light brighter and brighter and brighter. And that's how it's going to register now. It's not going to register on the meter anymore because the light is lit. 290 is our max speed right now. With the light on. So now if I turn the light off, the rotor's going to speed up and that voltage is going to go sky high. Well, here we go. Now let me turn it off. See how much brighter that is? Oh yeah. And it goes straight back down to 77 because that's when the light, I don't know exactly what the magic is about that number, but what's up, T-Rex? I would, but I just put my tax strip on there. 292. 292 RPMs. We get our our 77.2 volts, and then we get our light on top of that. Now everything on top of 77.2 is going to go into the light and how bright it is. Now, since I'm reading off the full wave bridge rectifier, off of the rectifier, everything beyond the rectifier in ampage is almost 2 amps. Now that's awesome. You can run almost anything on 2 amps. Anything that is not going to hurt you, or even things that can hurt you. I don't even know. That 2 amps is a lot for this device. But that's good. I like a lot. Now, what is being generated, like what's generating this electricity right here, is not hooked to the power supply. at all. Not even a little bit. Nothing, no part of it is hooked to any part of the power supply. The power supply is hooked to one wire in this coil, and that's it. You get a transformer effect from it, which is very cool. I gotta admit, it's pretty sweet. That's with the light on. That's pretty wicked too, man. That's a little kind of chaotic. Can't really read the voltage on that, the peak voltage. That's with the light off. That's just the standard wave. And that's with the light on. Yes. Frog guy goes about 222, between 222 and 230 for the light at 6 volts. Well, the light's on right now and it's going 255 because I lowered the voltage. Well, let's start it up again. I forget the number that it was. But I think right around 222 RPMs, the light will be, you'll get your 77 volts that you need to get the light on. 65 volts. All right, so 6 volts in. Oh, the rotor is old, and it is, one of the magnets popped out. I think the magnets are kind of, that's why I taped them on there, but the weight distribution it's off balance, so the table shakes when it gets going. I've been saying that. Okay, light is on. We just gotta wait for it. There it goes. 180. Oh, man, we gotta do it again. It's alright. Well, there. About 65, 70 volts in. About 180. Man, you guys like to swear a lot, don't you? You don't want to get me started. I'm from Detroit, man. You don't want to get me going. I'm just kidding. Why do you care, dude? I didn't make it for any special reason. I just like building stuff. I like magnets. It's a pretty odd question. Yeah, it's a pulse motor. It generates electricity. It's a transformer. Basically, I'm going to put, this is how I ran it before. I'm going to put 2.5 volts in. Power supply right here, 2.5 volts. We'll see if it starts. If it starts, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Why it started. So when you hear the chirp, man, if you can hear it. No, it's not. I don't know what that means. It's not perpetual. That's for sure. It may, in my mind, produce enough usable electricity on the other side to be over unity of some kind, but it's mathematically explainable. It's not like there's this big void in the laws of physics that you can't explain this shit with. It's all explainable. And yeah, I need my maglev. I'll put it up to like 3. It'll still demonstrate at a higher voltage, but man. Yeah, that's going to take another half an hour to hook up. Just get it going. All right, 3.2 volts in. We're already at 10x. DC to DC, we're at 10x. And we're at 100 milliamps in. Okay, 100. We're getting 8 out right now. That feels wrong though. I know it can't be 8, but I know that it's not nothing. But I've gotten a nothing reading too, like 28 milliamps. So I don't know really exactly. All I know is that I'm not hooking this to the power supply because I don't have to do that. None of this stuff needs to be it doesn't need to be grounded to work. Obviously, I turned the light on. The light is on. Let's see if we got enough to light it. Probably not. Yep, there's not enough there. I'm sure with the maglev, this would have been enough to turn the light on at 72. But we're going to turn it up to 5. We're going to get the light on. We're going to do the math. By numbers. All right, lights up at 65 volts. And the light's on, so cool. It's not even at 5 volts. It's at 4.93 volts, 400 milliamps in. And I'm pretty sure it's a combination of transformer and generator. And then it uses a motor to spin it, basically. Safely, maybe 300 RPMs. This one. 197, 204, 223, 225, 230. It's gonna go about 240 with the light on. Turn the light off. Two 267, 273, 274, 280. Haha. Yeah. Looks like about 280, 284. Wow, 286. Yeah, about 300 safely, and then the table's going to start to fly everywhere. Hey, how's it going? All right. Was trying to charge this SLA earlier today, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I made this monstrosity the other day. I was experimenting with aluminum wire. So I got aluminum. It goes about 100 turns, and then I've got 26 and 32 that go about 400 turns. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of the same language if you can polarize the electricity. Because frankly, if you can't repel the same field with the same field, then you can't. You can't do what you propose. But I mean, literally, I should be able to put two of these coils or Tesla coils or any kind of coils close to one another, and if they are polarized to the same magnetic field, they should be able to oppose each other physically. Not just have, that field that stuff gets electrified in, but actually have that field repel everything of the same field or magnetic frequency. You got to polarize it to the magnet, though. It's got to be a magnetic frequency, not an earth frequency or any other kind of frequency, just a magnetic frequency. North, south, binary, up, down. Now, I've I've seen, like the stuff that I've seen is like literally blowing my mind. I think it's some of the coolest stuff. Old Man Builds and his channel was pushing the Tesla coil, man. You should check all that stuff out. You got Benefactor working with the Rodin coil. You got me working with my magnets. And I think that the idea of the binary magnetic on-off electricity, you know, open, closed, same basic principle, right? But if you're open and closed, if closed can't repel closed, then it's not the same. And I want it so badly to be, you know, more interconnected right now, because then we could like upgrade our infrastructure. We could elevate our living literally, and we could be like floating in different elevations, just living at different elevations. So like what I have envisioned is a whole nother road network above the one that we have now, floating on Tesla coils, repelling Tesla coils. No, I've seen that in my head though, like the outside spins one way and the inside is spinning another way, and so on and so forth. And of course, you or whoever's riding in this thing has to be in the middle and stationary and not affected by all the rapid movement going on around him. Or her. God knows. But if you're going to time travel, I would advise going forward. Because if you interact with anything backward, then you erase everything that's happening right now. Butterfly effect. You erase it all. And it's a completely new present. There's nothing to come back to either, so don't bother coming back. Because nobody's going to know who you are. Yeah, man, that's it's not a paradox. It's the consequences. It's not a paradox. I mean, if it's even real, granted, if it's even real, if time is even real, whether it's proven or not doesn't make it real, because if the entire construct is fake, then everything inside of it is fake too. You know, if you think about it like that, it's like, well, if that's fake, then it's all fake. So it's either real, and I think it's real. I think that everything that's going on right now is very real and very scary. And I think that if you think about it for 2 seconds, you're going to do everything in your power to take your mind off it immediately. What are you talking about, Frog? I don't want to have to explain it again. The rotor is off balance. Seriously, bruh. It's like the 18th time I've told you that. You specifically. It's alright though, man. I don't mind repeating myself a few times. But, I mean, the rotor is off balance. So when it gets going really, really fast, everything shakes. Alright. I don't like thinking about it or talking about it even really. It annoys me that it shakes like that. You're not the only one annoyed by that. But I can't make rotors this size anymore. So I don't know, man. It's plenty good for me. It doesn't have to go that fast. And that's why I turn it off all the time. 300. Because if I leave it running, that shaft is going to bend like the other one did. Well, maybe not that bad, but it will get messed up. Yeah, man. I've been answering your question. That's kind of why I'm... Alright, so... Wow, but this coil right here is a win. This coil, dope. Man, it is freaking awesome. And it's really simple. You just get 3 spools. You need a 1 pound spool of 18 gauge, a 1 pound spool of 20 gauge, and a 1 pound spool of 32 gauge. And you just wrap it basically until the 18 gauge is gone. You wrap the whole spool of 18 gauge in there. I don't remember actually, but it would make sense to me that the fattest gauge is going to run out first. So that's going to be, if you use it all, that's going to be the length of your coil. But yeah, it's 600 turns. So yeah, I don't know. I made that one a long time ago too. Here I am trying to remember how I did it all. And like half of them I got marked with like how many turns, which way I wound it, counterclockwise, clockwise. The gauge, all that was written on them, but all that got smudged off. It just didn't stay. Because I use my stuff, man. I use it a lot. Why do I use it? Because, man. Or is the question more, why am I doing this on YouTube? That's probably what you all mean by that when you ask me. And I don't mean you specifically. I mean the people that ask me this. Why are you doing this? You know, well, I love doing it and I've learned so much and I just wanted to show everybody, you know, that I like sharing with you guys. So this is a 1, 2, 3 circuit. You got 1 for the base, you got 2 for the collector, and you got 3 for the emitter. That's connections. It's solid, man. It works pretty much every time as long as the magnets are strong enough. to penetrate the plastic, and most all magnets are strong enough to do that. So wow, it's been such a long day. It started off very rocky, trying to work on axial flux, and it worked for a second. But this radial is my style. Radial is my style. I like the way it is. My first counter rotating pulse motor was radial. Second one was radial. Third one was axial flux. And battery operated too. So everything was enclosed in itself. There was no commutator plate, no brushes, nothing. It was all good. But the rotor that goes with that is the rotor that broke on my birthday. So I got to make another one of those. I'll make it 100% infill so it won't break like this one did. Okay. Hey, frog guy, just show me, dude, what you're talking about sounds so cool. Yeah, man, I gotta get a nicer, I don't even know, man, just a more balanced rotor, and then all that vibration will stop. So these are all like 10mm holes. And I stuffed them 20mm magnet in them so that they'd be sticking out. And this rotor, like, same thing. It threw a magnet. Because of the way I have them in there, it's just glued in there. So when I got going really fast, it threw the magnet. So now I put it back in and I taped it all down. Yeah, yeah. The 1, 2, 3, absolutely. I'll show you the SG. I'm gonna wrap it up, but I'll bring it over there. Yeah. This is it right here. This is the one that we've been using. So you got your emitter connections, which is the trigger and the into the coil, out of the trigger, into the coil. And then these two are the light, which is right here, 120 volt halogen bulb between the collector and the emitter. And then the collector is hooked to the power supply. And this is the base. It's connected to the end of the trigger. Well, signal out, basically, and then ground. So what I call it. It spins and it generates electricity and it works as a transformer. That's what it is. And here's the Bedini SSG combo circuit from K Energy. I'm going to try and get this working the way it should be working. And no, dude, I'm not going to draw you a picture. Not right now, man. That's not my problem. This is how I learn. I'm terribly sorry. I don't mean to be a butthead or anything, but I'm sick and tired of people asking me to draw pictures that I don't know how to draw. It's not an alien drone. And I believe right now that 2 men on this planet could kill all of us. All of us. So that's kind of what I'm offhandedly thinking about.
Oh no, it's diver.
Nah, man, if you don't know that, I mean, the dick measuring contest going on right now is really just fucking stupid.
Yeah, but you played since 2022. Stop saying up your ass.
I mean, I'm talking about the 2 leaders of the world that could blow everybody to kingdom come in a night. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think India could easily be brought into this situation. Very easily. You're close enough.
That was already the closest thing I ever did.
But, you know, I gotta go. I'm in a bad place in my mind about, you know, just
Oh my god, you guys.
that's good, man. That's good. I hope so. Because, I mean, it's not going to take very much for the whole world to get sucked into this. All right, we're going to fire it up. Let's do 5 volts. 5.25. Yeah, something like that. 5.3. Here we go. Listen to that harmonic chirp, man. Woo.
I muted him and recorded him.
Yes, sir. 2.25. Or 5.25, sorry. And that's what we're getting out of it. It's a generator transformer. And
Stop the camper. Stop the
we can light the light. Yay. That's a 100-watt LED. I'm picking up readings all the way from India. That's so funny. Each one of these super duper strength magnets will grip space-time as they move and just tear it all apart. Look at how much the brightness of the light increases with increase in speed. I'm not sure. It's either the coil or it's the wind factor. It could be the wind factor from the magnet sticking out. It could be the bearing. But I do hear it, Frog. I hear that sound, man, and it's bugging me. It's bugging me too. I have some graphite powder that I might want to use. Okay. Lights off. Lights on.
Oh, April's his birthday, May's my birthday.
Lights off.
Makes sense. Bye.
So I gotta get my maglev set back up. I gotta get coils elevated. What I want to do is I want to make one coil. Either this is what I was thinking about. Either 18 coils or one coil per magnet and make it 12.
And very good.
All right, man. Let's tone it down a notch. Let's not get into a rumble.
Oh my god! Oh, bye bye. Bye bye. Oh, bye. Get duped, cowboy. Cowboy?
I don't know, man.
Cowboy
I didn't like that.
has got an early start.
I didn't like that. I say that to people that I am trying to insult. So that, yeah. When the light's on, you got to load. The coils are actually attracting the magnets. And this coil over here got a soft iron core in it, and I believe it's attracting the magnets a little bit more than everything else is, and therefore you get a little like almost like a clink or a clap, like that rattle, because the shaft is loose. That's what it is. It's the frickin' shaft. But yeah, when the light turns on, you get more suction.
Yeah, that's why it's tall.
So let's wrap it up. 3 minutes. We're gonna have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great experience. This is Papa Bale, and this has been the 14-inch Bedini SSG ride. There's the circuit right there. I have two of them. I tried to make them work, but I need to spend some time with them. We ended up with the 1, 2, 3 circuit. So we got one for the base, one connection for the base, 2 connections for the collector, and 3 connections for the emitter. Such a cool, simple 1, 2, 3. Pow! That's what we've been running this on. Yeah. So we're gonna, and I'm moving all of this into my bedroom, and we're gonna have 2 tables in there, a 3D printer, and we're gonna start having a lot more fun doing this. Yeah, it's the shaft. There's like screws loose because it's been shaking so much.
Everybody tag them, and it's tag life.
And it's the soft iron core in this coil. It's sucking when the magnet passes. It pulls the rotor, and this shakes. Thanks, Beat. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you. Coming at you from Detroit. It's Papa Bale signing off. Peace out. Have a great day. Bye now.